We'll call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Calhoun. Dempsey. Fournier.
Here.
Crop.
Here.
McGarity.
Here.
Rick.
Here.
York.
Move to excuse Commissioners Yor and Dempsey.
Support.
Questions or comments? Okay, call the roll, please.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
McGarity.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to announcements, acknowledgments, communications, and reports. I don't see any at this time listed on the agenda, but does the commission have anything to add? Okay, seeing none, we will move on to adoption of the agenda.
Now so we need to amend the agenda?
Yep.
Okay, all right, so, I move to adopt the agenda with the,
Workers'
That's
Memorial Day
specific.
resolution.
Yep.
Would you like to move it to general business 9C?
Yep.
Okay,
so moved.
Support.
okay. Questions or comments about the the recommended amendment? Okay, call the roll, please.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
McGarity.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
Okay, this is the first opportunity that we invite the public to address the commission. All that we ask is that you come to the microphone, you give us your full name, your residential address, and you abide by our 3-minute rule. If you'd like to address the commission, come on up.
Ruthie Stevenson, 69 Bain Street. The parking situation has gotten worse. On my street, between Clinton River Drive and Robertson, you know my house is the third one on the right from Clinton River Drive. Well, guess what? I had 23 cars on my street. And all through the community in that area, there's 57 total cars. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. And something has to be done. This isn't, we just can't sit and find somebody or whatever. We are a community. And we want to utilize our community as such and not have to go out on Robertson to get out of the neighborhood because of all the cars that are parked on the north side of going down to Clinton River Drive. And it's unacceptable. And out of those 23 cars that was parked on Bain Street, none of them belong to the neighbors.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission?
Yes, my name is Marilyn Hall, 300 Clinton River Drive. I'd like to speak or make an appointment to talk to someone about the new meter that was put into my house. I came to see Mr. Shipman about it, but for some reason I wasn't able to see him. I'd like to set up an appointment. It cost me $525 because there was debris that was put into my cold water line when he put that meter in. So I'd like to make an appointment to talk to someone about that.
Can you make sure you leave your phone number with us before you leave? Okay, thank you. Is there anyone who would like to come on up? No, come on up. It's okay.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ron Heaston. I live at 142 Market Street. I am an avid enthusiast of running and walking and belong with the Mount Clemens City Sneakers. My concern tonight is that for the last 20 years I've ran through Shady Side Park. I just drove by there today and there's 4 cars inside the park. For the last 3 years, vehicles are driving in on the walking and bike path into the park and parking all over the place. Sometimes they're parked up against the river, sometimes they're over by the horseshoe pits, sometimes they're as far as they can get to the back of that park. Now I've noticed they look like we're going to have a disc golf setup in there. I've called the sheriff department, non-emergency number, twice already this year, a couple times last year, asking them to please go over and remind the people that are parking inside the park, that it is posted in multiple locations and it's being totally ignored. So when you're out there running or walking through the park and you're sidestepping and running off the trail because you got vehicles just motoring right in, doing whatever they want to do.
Okay.
So I would hope that the city can maybe address that. Like I said, it is posted, but I don't think it's being enforced. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, my name is Abe Jenkins, and I live at 450 Clinton River Drive. There's got to be something done about these deer. You know, because they need to be like on Wellington Crescent, how you had to relocate those ducks a while back. These deers are coming in our yards. Mm-hmm. Like today, I went to cut the grass. I'm stepping in deer mess. They're not afraid of. I mean, they're not scared of people anymore. Then you got the people coming down there feeding these deers. Mm-hmm. Your people who cuts the grass, they got to get corn cobs up before they can cut the grass. Mm-hmm. You know, and like my wife can't even put flowers in the backyard because the deer eat all like her hostages. Mm-hmm. Every year. They're gone. There needs to be something done. I mean, you know, they're nice to look at, but this is not a petting zoo.
I hear you. Don't pet them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, 825 Clinton River Drive, Deshaun O'Neill. I was here about a month ago. I was wanting to know, well, I'm quite sure since I accused your constituents, which is Mr. Shipman and Mr. Donaldson, with the illegal dumping on the city of Mount Clemens property with tires, that I was terminated because I blew the whistle on them. Mr. Shipman done nothing. He came down there, Mr. Donaldson, and saw the tires. He let Jerome Doggett and Leonard Bertrand allow them to dump tires illegally. They terminated me because I blew the whistle. So I sense you seem that you don't want to do anything, I'll take it to the next level. I already contacted the news with the video. I got 4 days of footage. 4 days of footage. Mr. Shipman, I told him. I had a meeting with him twice. He came down there, Mr. Donaldson, and saw the tires. His name is in the video too. He saw them. He physically saw them. Everything is in there. You chose not to say nothing to me. You walked right out in my face the other month and didn't say nothing, didn't address anything. So, because those are your constituents, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to do anything. You're going to let this man just walk out like he did. He got fired already. I wasn't going to say nothing about the tires, but he kept writing me up. There's nobody in that company in the city Mount Clemens. I've been there 8 years. I've never seen a person get written up. They wrote me up 6 times after I blew the whistle on them. What do you think about that? That's not fair. They wrote me up 6 times within 4 months. I had an impeccable record. I was in the street department before I was in the wastewater treatment plant. Never had a problem. All of a sudden, since I get over there, because the chief operator got a problem with me, he want to write me up. And then after I say, well, enough is enough, you dumping tires illegally, I'm going to say something. So as soon as I said something about them tires being dumped illegally, now they want to write me up 5 to 6 times within a 4-month period. I got all the paperwork. Everything is documented. And these videos is documented also. I'm not going away. That's not fair. I was there for 8 years. I never had no problem. All of a sudden, since I said something about these tires that I videoed, now they want to terminate me. That's not right. How would you feel as a mayor? That's not right for nobody. They said nothing to me until I said something about them tires, and I would have never said nothing about them tires till the chief operator had a problem with me and wrote me up twice. I said, since you want to write me up, I got something for you. I'm exposed what y'all doing. They ain't do it once. They ain't do it twice. They did it 3 times. The last time they did it, I videoed. I said, you want to mess around? Let me see if y'all get the same thing that I'm getting, the same backlash. And he know it, Mr. Shipman, your constituent, because I told him. I went down there.
Thank you.
Good evening. Name's Ray Shelton, 345 Clinton River Drive. I came to reiterate what the young man was talking about as far as running through the park, with the people running, parking on the grass and stuff like that. But also the entryway to that park. Does it get re-gravelled or regraded? Because you got like 500 potholes within probably a 10 by 10 area. So the children cannot ride their bicycles over there, which my grandkids do. They cannot ride their bicycles there. So I did see a road grader coming out of there one morning, probably last week or whatever it was. So I'm just wondering, because I haven't gotten over there, I relate for my kids. My kids tell me what they're doing. So anyway, as far as the geese as well, the geese and the deer are a big, big problem. They almost cause accidents in the road because the geese just refuse to get out of the way. And let alone talking about the kids riding the bicycles. If you're willing to go through the poop, which is up inside the south, north, east, and west of these sidewalks, then it's fun for the kids. But do these geese get tested? Do these deer get tested? Deer get tested for any type of, antibodies or anything like that they got in their system? So please do check that out. If you got somebody coming in from DNR or whatever that's doing this for the city, please do. Because one thing I would really hate is for one of these kids to actually fall face forward with their mouth open and swallow some goop. So, anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission?
Hi, my name's Angel Beckett. I'm from 118 Canfield. I just wanted to say to this commission, thank you. This weekend on Friday, my family was blessed to open Crave Raven, small retail bakery here on Cherry Street. What you do and what you have done and all the decisions, that revitalization project, let me be the one to say, wow. I had to stay 3 hours after close because we didn't close. I've never seen so many people walk through. And if this is what it is right now, I cannot wait to see what the city once it's complete. So thank you. Thank you for my family.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name's Jeff Borgia. My business is at 73 North Main, and I'm here for a couple of reasons. I kind of want to echo the young lady's sentiments as well. Give thanks for all that you guys do. I've had to deal with a few different departments, and everybody that I've had to deal with has been very professional, very kind, and very helpful to me and my business. And so I do appreciate that, and I wanted to express that gratitude here tonight. But I do have some concerns, and being a CBD business, I have challenges that a lot of businesses don't have. My challenges are advertising. I'm limited what I can advertise on the internet, on Google, on Facebook, so it's very, very challenging. So when we have events like the Made in Michigan show, it's very helpful for me. I set up a booth. When we have the car shows coming, I sponsor this car show. I try to be a good business community force in the community, and it's been great. I've been here for a year. We're going to be celebrating our 1-year anniversary coming up, so I just want to say thank you, and keep doing what you guys are doing in the respect, at least with the businesses here. The revitalization effort is outstanding. But what I'm really here to voice my concern about is we have an organization that is running coming into Mount Clemens, Macomb Pride. They're coming in, and they have a festival here. I applied to go to that festival. I'm in farmers markets all over Michigan. I'm in Canterbury Village. I'm in Made in Michigan show, and I'm in other shows as well. It's hard for me to get into these shows, but I do get into them. And so here we have a show coming right on Main Street, right in front of my store, and I'm rejected from putting my product in a booth out in front of my store on Main Street. Now, they bring in a lot of people, and that's great for the businesses here, and it's great for them. I support Macomb Pride 100%. But when they reject me and deny me and don't allow me to participate in an economic activity that I desperately need, it's concerning. And so I understand they've done everything they need to do to get the right paperwork to host what they are hosting, but know that they are denying a business that you all approve of, a business that is in good standing with the city, and I am being denied an opportunity for some economic growth. And last year I wasn't allowed either. It was really upsetting to me because they said it was a family affair, and my business didn't qualify for that. And so I was shunned last year. I didn't quite agree with that. I didn't understand it, but I did go through the festival and see what's going on there. And for them to say that I'm not accepted was very offensive. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission?
Good evening. My name is William Thompson. I've been here since '63. I think I was one of the third houses in this new subdivision.
Mr. Thompson, can you give us
My
your,
complaints,
Mr. Thompson, can you give us your residential address?
25 Lindsay Drive.
Thank you.
Yeah. My complaints are, I had a problem, coming down in the back of our yard. There's a 3 feet easement, right? Between the yards.
Okay.
This is where the power line goes through. Okay, when's the last time you really policed that area? I talked to your city inspector, and I actually talked to DTE. They cut vegetation off of their lines, but instead of cleaning it up, they left it all in my backyard. So I called the city and I complained. They sent a truck down, and by me not being home, I seen them as they were passing. They said, well, we got that for you, Mr. Thompson. I went back there. Now, this wasn't even in my yard. This was across the fence, but we're all neighbors, and we're all members of the Macomb County and Mount Clemens community. So that's one complaint. Then I have another complaint about the sidewalks. That sidewalk, I can't do anything to that sidewalk unless I notify the city. Am I right or wrong? When the last time you shoveled your sidewalk? Now, I found out that a lot of people, you came through and you said, well, we're going to fix these sidewalks. And if you don't pay for it, we're going to put this on your taxes. I found out later that some people got paid. I didn't get paid. I've been paying for sidewalks since '60. Well, they didn't have no sidewalks in '63. So, I'm saying this. Is there a double standard or what? Am I looking at this the wrong way? Straighten me out. I'm not the guy that complains. But I do have a problem, and I like for somebody to address it. Please, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? Okay, seeing and hearing none, we'll move on to administrative responses to issues or questions raised during previous meetings. I don't see anything on the agenda.
We'll have some for the next one.
Yeah. And we will move on to approval of minutes.
Move to approve the minutes as presented.
Support.
Any questions or comments about the minutes? Call the roll, please.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Okay, moving to general business 9A, introduction of an ordinance authorizing amendments to the Blight and Animal Control Ordinances.
I move to approve the introduction of an ordinance authorizing amendments to the Blight and Animal Control Ordinances and set May 19th, 2025 as the date of adoption.
Support.
Okay, Mr. Shipman.
Attached is an ordinance to amend the city's blight ordinance to include as blight a violation of regulations related to the registration and inspection of rental dwellings. provide the Administrative Hearings Bureau the authority to enforce such violations, to provide for a civil responsibility violation within the city, and to amend the city's animal control ordinances by adding definitions, define human treatment, nuisances, licensing procedures, and impoundment of animals, and repeal any and all ordinances in conflict therewith. The ordinance was prepared by the city attorney.
All right, who has questions or comments? I will mention that I'm glad to see, I know this was in our strategic plan, but also, I'm glad to see that we're putting, the rental dwellings and units as a part of our AHB now, our Administrative Hearings Bureau, so that way we can expedite, hopefully expedite these complaints and have an impact on the quality and controlling our rental population within the city. I think that's an important move for this board. So, and I'm sure everyone is wondering, we asked the animal control this animal control ordinance to be looked at and updated long before the animal control incident that happened within the city, and so I just want that to be clear that these were done well before that, and this body was trying to be proactive, and so was our administration, to make some changes to animal control before there was an incident. So.
No, I think the changes are very good and they're much more detailed and cover a lot of things that you could, that were implied by the previous ordinance, but not necessarily stated. I did have one question on tethering an animal.
Mm-hmm.
It says, it talks about tethering an animal without the continuous presence of an adult on the premises at all times. Does the adult have to be outside with the animal if it's tethered? Because that's usually where they're tethered, right? I mean, you hook them up out in the yard for a while. And then the second part of that says, leave an animal outdoors without the continuous presence of an adult on, I think there's a typo there, but adult on the premises at all times. It's repeated, so just curious. Who has that one? Ryan?
No, that would be
I
Jeff.
mean, Jeff,
Would be Jeff.
but as much probably, city attorney on that one, I mean, that,
I just know that people, go out and hook their dogs up
Sure.
and then go back in the house.
I think the idea behind it, obviously, is that if they get caught on something,
Absolutely.
right,
yeah.
they
Get
have no
happen.
way of
Tangled up.
right, exactly, of getting so.
But I didn't see that, I wanna catch the typo that we missed, what section was that in, on page, or?
Where it repeat page 12, you said.
I don't think it's a typo,
No,
Rob,
no.
I think
Oh,
it's just
no,
a,
I-
Typo is on the next page.
Oh, next page, okay.
Oh,
On
yeah.
B.
7 of 11, it says on my computer.
I don't think it's your typo. I think this was in the ordinance before you made it. Changed.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow, blame it on the other guy, I'm
There you
all
go.
in on that,
Right.
alright. But we should fix it though.
Yeah.
It's B?
Yeah, leave an animal outdoors. It says adult no, right now.
Yes.
Oh, adult,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, okay,
Instead
Well,
of,
let's-
it
we
should
should
be
correct-
on.
let's correct that for,
Yeah, it should just be
Final.
on.
I did have one question. I noticed on section 9, item B, the impoundment was taken from 5 days down to 4. Is that just a staffing decision, or what made us go from 5 days to 4?
that was actually, animal control officer's recommendation.
yeah, I think that follows the
State law.
Okay, state law, okay.
One other question.
Yep. go ahead.
Over on, we should have numbered these pages.
Section 9.
Under reporting of animal bites.
Which
Wait, no,
section
that's
is that,
not it.
Laura?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's all the way over under noisy dogs.
Oh, here it is, okay.
It says that,
Page 10.
do we have an
Second last
animal
page.
shelter?
Yeah.
It says, it references the Mount Clemens Animal Shelter. Do we
Yeah,
actually
we
have
have a
one?
state certified kennel over to DPW.
Oh, okay, I did not know that. I thought we took them all to the Macomb County.
No, they quit taking them, that's why we had to put up a state certified
So we just
kennel.
put that up recently?
That was 6 months ago, Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh,
A
okay.
year
Yeah,
ago,
it was-
something like that?
Did not know that. Is that why back further we're having them, when they need, after there's a bite, they have to be quarantined in the home
Yeah, I mean,
versus? the-
that's a best case scenario if it makes sense. Depending on the situation.
So we don't use Macomb County anymore for animal shelter? Okay.
Didn't see anything in here about cat licenses or any other animals. Is it, we're just licensing dogs now and nothing else? Is that correct?
I don't think we've ever.
There used to be an ordinance about cats, but I don't know that there was ever anybody who actually got a license.
Once, I think just a couple, yeah.
I think that's separate from this particular one.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
that's still
Like a limit
somewhere
of how
else in
many.
the ordinance.
Yeah.
I looked, I didn't find it.
There's probably only 4 or 5 of those. Usually it's the high rises, cause the management makes them do it.
So you do register cats,
Mm-hmm,
but you don't have to register cats.
supposed to.
You are? How about rabbits?
No rabbits that I know of. I mean,
Rabbit shall mean a long-eared, short-tailed lagomorph mammal with long hind legs of the.
And if you wanna know why that's written that way, I don't know
I'm
who's
sure
gonna
there's
be
a
able to
reason.
answer that for you. Probably Rosemary is the only one that could. She's
Wow.
not here.
Or a zoologist.
Yes,
Actually, on the cat licensing, which was also my question,
yeah.
and it's probably different ordinance, but I know that, I looked at a couple other communities, they didn't have that. If this is specific just to certain folks who need it for, this is specific to folks who just need it for, their high rises. Is there a way to change how that works?
Everybody's supposed to register their cat. I think there's only, last time I checked, like 5 or 6 that actually register it, and that look like they were from the senior citizens high rises. And it's because the management makes sure that they register their dog and their cat with the city, which then proves they have the shot records and everything too, if they want to keep it at the facility. So it probably helps them, enforce and control that population there, so. But it's not just specific to that, that's just the only ones that register. That's what it looks like anyways.
Difficult to enforce.
Yeah, there's probably 5 or 6 that go through my yard every night.
Right.
I'm sure they're not registered.
Who
Yeah.
do they belong to? Who do I go after to get what license, right?
Yeah. Okay, does anybody else have any further questions or comments about the proposed changes?
And really on the rental, it's the biggest issues is their registration and the inspection, right? These are the 2 things that will now come underneath the
AHT.
AHD.
Yeah.
Okay, because blight for rentals is already included in there.
Right.
Right, okay.
Okay, anybody else? All right, we'll go ahead and call the roll, please.
Fournier,
Yes,
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Okay, 9B, Sun Life Stop Loss Insurance Renewal.
I move to approve the stop loss insurance renewal with Sun Life as presented and authorize the appropriate city officials to execute the same.
Support?
Okay, Mr. Shipman.
In July of 2022, the City Commission voted to join a group stop-loss captive cell operated by Pareto Health called Legend RE that uses Sun Life as the fronting carrier. A group captive is a stop-loss insurance company that is owned by a collection of like-minded employers who are committed to better controlling healthcare costs while reducing the profiteering that exists in the insurance markets. Each employer takes less than 1% ownership stake while maintaining all autonomy and managing the other aspects of its medical and prescription drug plan. The City of Mount Clemens holds less than 0.1% ownership of the Legend RE captive. The city has had Sun Life administer its stop-loss insurance since July 2019. This year will be the third renewal since the city joined the captive. Stop-loss insurance is used to protect against catastrophic claims that the city would otherwise be responsible for paying. It's made up of two parts. First is the individual stop-loss coverage, which limits the amount the city pays per family unit. The city accepts the first $80,000 of claims liability per family unit. The city is reimbursed after a family unit has exceeded $80,000 of paid claims. The second part is the aggregate stop-loss coverage. This limits the total amount the city would spend collectively on all plan participants. After that threshold has been met, the city is reimbursed dollar for dollar in eligible paid claims. Stop-loss premiums are expected to increase 11.8%, or approximately $46,700 for the period beginning July 1, 2025 through June 30, 2026. Market stop-loss premium increases are currently 13 to 15%, with some expectation that they will be higher for January 1, 2026 renewals. The city received an 8.15% increase in stop-loss premium costs in July 2023 and a 9% increase in July of 2024. When the group first moved to the captive in July 2022, the city received a decrease of approximately 6.8% in stop-loss premium costs. The aggregate attachment point will increase by 3.9%. This means that Sun Life projects, even with higher than normal inflationary pressures, that the city's maximum liability needs only a minor adjustment. The aggregate attachment point will move from $2.03 million to $2.11 million. This represents the worst-case scenario with respect to medical and prescription drug claims that the city would have to finance. At last year's renewal, the maximum liability was not increased. When the group moved to the captive in 2022, Sun Life reduced the maximum liability by approximately 5%. It should also be noted that stop-loss premiums make up about 22% of the city's health insurance expense. Stop-loss insurance is just one component of the larger health insurance plan sponsored by the city.
That was a long one.
It was a long one. There's a lot to it.
That's good
And
though.
it's good to talk about it and look at the history, when we made that move, so.
Can you refresh my memory on attachment points?
So when they, probably the best way to look at it is if we go down, I think this. All right, so if you go down to the overall renewal summary,
Second chart.
Second one?
Yeah, second chart, almost to the end.
yeah. So if we talk about your annual fixed costs, you look at that, that's basically your premium. And that's what you're paying for the 92 employees that we have. And then the aggregate variable is what you would pay for maximum claims throughout all of those 92. So you wouldn't pay 80,000 92 times. You would pay up to that aggregate variable amount. And so then that maximum annual liability is the most you would pay between the premium and the deductible. Does that
Okay,
make more sense?
yes.
Or did I make it worse?
No, no, no,
No.
if that's what it is, that makes sense to me. Attachment kind of,
Yeah, I
That's
know,
me.
and that,
I
and it's
didn't-
insurance language, but that, I think that those three line items pretty much sum up, what's going on here. So your 11.8% increase was really on your total annual fixed costs and your premiums. And then what happened was the maximum amount for your deductible went up. So it doesn't necessarily cost you anymore unless you reach it.
we certainly saved money the first year we went to, this is, when we went on this is the third year, right?
Yeah.
So, and we still believe that it would be less expensive than going out
Yes.
into the market.
Yeah, the captive, as you saw when you came on, they averaged probably about 4 to 5% cheaper than just going alone.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Okay, moving on to 9C, Workers' Memorial Day Resolution.
Move to approve the Workers' Memorial Day resolution as presented.
Support.
Mr. Shipman?
These are both events that have happened. Oh, I'm sorry.
You were
I
on
was
consent,
skipping way
you were on
ahead, yeah.
consent agenda, which,
Yeah, forgot we added one.
Yeah.
So nearly 55 years ago on April 28th, Workers' Memorial Day, the Occupational Safety and Health Act went into effect, promising every worker the right to a safe job. International Workers' Memorial Day, also known as Workers' Memorial Day, or Day of Mourning, is an annual event that commemorates workers who have died or been injured in the course of their work. The day serves as a reminder of the ongoing need to improve workplace safety standards and to prevent future tragedies. It is observed with ceremonies, moments of silence, and campaigns that highlight the importance of health and safety in the workplace.
okay. Anybody have any questions or comments?
Yeah, this is a resolution that we've done before and that I've talked a lot about. But just one additional thing to add is that just as we look at cuts at the federal level to things like OSHA and to the work that's being done to protect people at their jobs, it's very concerning. We all have a varying level of risk, some of us more than others, when we go to work, and workplace safety should be a huge concern for all of us, members of the public, and all of us who work. So I'm thankful that we're doing this again because this is something that deserves attention.
Great. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
All right, moving us to consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Call the roll, please.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes. City Manager's report, Mr. Shipman.
Code enforcement staff has begun identifying properties that have grass or weeds 8 inches or taller. As of May 1st, those properties may be cut by a city contractor with the cost billed to the property owner. The cost per cut is $150 for a residential lot and $200 for a commercial lot. The city and its contractor will continue to monitor and cut properties through November 30th. City staff has completed the installation of a 9-hole disc golf course in Shadyside Park. This is a fun, affordable, and challenging sport to master. Please come out to Shadyside Park and give it a try. The kayak rental lockers at Shadyside and MacArthur Parks are now open to the public to enjoy a calming paddle down the Clinton River. Construction season is beginning. Please be patient and drive with caution in and around construction areas. Over recreation, senior chair yoga begins May 9th and is free for Mount Clemens seniors. Sign up today to reserve your place. Registration is now open for our youth summer day camp, ages 6 to 12. Those interested can sign up at mountclemensrecreation.org. Election Day is Tuesday, May 6th, and all Mount Clemens precincts will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. for voting. Voters also have the option of voting early this election. It was this last Saturday, May 3rd, and Sunday, May 4th, from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and that was at Mount Clemens City Hall. Election results will be available on the Macomb County Elections page as soon as they are available. Our community events, we have Made in Michigan is back in downtown Mount Clemens for another year. Enjoy live music, shopping, and more May 10th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and May 11th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. All vendors are local and parking is free. Come shop the Kids Business Fair on May 10th between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. during the Made in Michigan Art Fair. And the Uptown Friday Night Concert Series starts on June 6th through September 12th. If you are interested in sponsoring a band, please call 586-4 431-6788.
Anybody have any questions or comments for Mr. Shipman?
Disc golf is indeed a challenging sport to master. I'm glad you could put that in there. But people were really excited to see that at the park. So,
Good.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay, anybody else? We will move on to public participation. This is where we allow, again, the public to address the commission. We ask that, again, you come to the microphone, give us your full name, residential address, and you abide by our 2-minute rule. If you would like to address the commission, come on up.
Ruthie Stevenson, 69 Bain Street. I noticed you didn't say precinct 1. The voting has been moved to the city. It's not going to be at Turner's Chapel. I got that email today, and you didn't notice that. So,
Mayor's doing it in her report.
okay,
You're
I
stealing
you
my
covered.
thunder, Ruthie. You're stealing
just
my
wanted
thunder.
to make sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi again, Jeff Borgia, 73 North Main. I own Revita CBD. So I just wanted to wrap up with what I was sharing earlier and my concern with an outside organization, Macomb County Pride, coming in and kind of excluding some of the businesses that are working really hard in our downtown area and specifically me. But what's at stake is you have, last year there were up to 5,000 people that came through. They didn't come near my store. I benefited zero from that. If I have a presence in the festival, just a booth with my products, it will definitely benefit me, and it's been proven over the last year that when I present my product, I do have benefit. So I just wanted to reiterate that. I don't want to throw Macomb County Pride under the bus, so I will stop with my comments here. Thank you very much for hearing me.
Thank you.
My name is Marilyn Hall, 300 Clinton River Drive, and I have a few questions. My first question is, in the city, how many dogs can a family have? And are the dogs allowed to run loose? And when a person rents a property, are they responsible to tell the tenant how to care for the dogs, how to keep the dogs up? And what is to be done when a dog bites someone?
Thank you.
Good evening again, Ray Shelton, 345 Clinton River Drive. Concerning the Clinton River itself that runs along behind Clinton River Drive, is Mount Clemens responsible for that? Do we have any connection with the Corps of Engineers as far as removing all the trees that float down the river every year? And for some reason, they just seem to cohabitate right at the back of my property. So there's no fishing. There's plenty of turtles are hauled out and stuff like that. But do we have any access to the Corps of Engineers coming in and dredging it out? Because just before the spillway, coming down by the Shady Side Park, it's an island there. There's nothing but mud and trees right there right now. So great that we got the canoes. Wonderful job. I appreciate that for the people that's willing to canoe. But is there any kind of way we can do this thing, is getting these trees taken care of? That would be a great help as for us, me getting out there with a chainsaw, disabled and everything, trying to move some stupid trees. So that would be good. Thank you.
Thank you.
William Thompson, 25 Lindsay Drive. I'd like to ask the question. When we moved here in '63, when did Rivers Acres come into existence? This subdivision was Melody Park Homes, and I think I somebody mentioned a 9-hole golf course.
Disc golf.
at Shady Side
No, no,
Park?
no,
I might be,
yeah, disc golf. They were talking about disc golf.
say that again.
Disc golf. It's like a frisbee game.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I know that that's from Lindsay Drive all the way to the fountain. It's supposed to be a historical site. We argued this back in the 80s, that you can't build anything there, you know. And when did we change from Melody Park Homes to Rivers Acres? I mean, is that illegal? Is that legal?
We won't respond at this meeting. Next meeting, we'll go and answer all your
Yeah,
questions.
this is Melody, that
That's so-
subdivision is Melody Park Homes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Again, Abe Jenkins, 450 Clinton River Drive. Got a question I need to ask you guys. Okay, I'd like to thank you guys for the water park you made for the kids down there. But it needs to be something done with the shady side. Okay, it's a park. What if a person wants to have a family reunion? There's no bathrooms, there's no running water. There used to be bathrooms and running water. Who can have a family reunion and you got a little outhouse that they brought with no running water? A lot of us over there that live over there, we feel like we've been forgotten. We really feel like we've forgotten. You know, because, you know, I hate to complain, but every single year we get these bills about our address, how it's going up. What are we getting for our money? There's, you know, we just feel like we've been forgotten. Again, like I hate to keep saying, it needs to be something done with these deers. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? Okay, hearing none, we will move on to commissioner comments. And we will start with Commissioner Rick.
Thank you very much, Mayor. First, thank you everyone for showing up and giving us all the homework. A lot of stuff to look up, a lot of questions that I had never thought of. And thank you. Please keep asking us these things. This is how we get better. I'd like to also thank all the election workers. I know you're busy on the weekend and it's going to be busy tomorrow. I'd like to extend a thanks to the beautification committee for the cleanup. That was awesome. And I'd like to recommend that if anyone else is interested in serving on one of our boards, committees, or commissions, they check our website or contact the City Hall at 586-469-6800 for more information on other opportunities to serve. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Calhoun.
Yeah, I guess I'll start there too. Thank you to the beautification committee and all the volunteers who came out for the citywide cleanup. It was a great experience, and the beautification committee did a great job. They even thought of having lunch there for us. That was great. And it wrapped up right before it rained. So we got all the cleaning in there. I'd also like to welcome Airborne Comics and Craven Raven as two new businesses in our community. And thank you all for coming. And I was able to stop in there, and I'm just excited to see in both stores. I got a comic book. He gave me one for free, actually. If the first 200 people got one for free, which was pretty cool. So, but great people, great stories behind every business in our community. And I encourage everyone to continue to explore downtown, look at the construction that is happening down there. Even if you don't see them, they're out there at other times when you might not be there. But there is construction going on, and we're happy to see all the work going on. Let's see here. The community over in by Shady Side, they put together a nice National Day of Prayer event that I was able to go to, and it was great to see so many people come together just to talk about the community, and thankful for community events that are open to people where, people can gather. So happy to see that. Let's see here. Oh, for the election, that is tomorrow, the school bond is up for the special election. I just want to mention that if you have an absentee ballot and you need to turn it in, don't put it in the mail. Bring it to the City Hall drop box or the drop box at Carnes, or give it to the clerk. If you put it in the mail, there's really no chance it'll get here on time. So just want to mention that, and thank you at the clerk's office and to all the volunteers for all your hard work.
Thank you. Commissioner Fournier.
Yes, I can just ditto. I think welcome to Craven Raven. You guys are always here at this commission meeting too, and I appreciate that you come and find out what's going on, and we appreciate your input and any feedback you can give us. That's great. And once again, the beautification committee, gosh darn, they do an amazing job. They really, really do. It was a lot of fun. We got a lot done in a very short amount of time because it did start raining, but it was very good, very nice event. They did an outstanding job. And thank you to the election workers as well, and everyone needs to vote. We have 1 day left. There's no extension, right? This is it, right? Tomorrow's it.
Tomorrow is it.
These days, the calendar always seems to be moving on this, so everyone get out, and if you haven't already, please vote. And you can bring your absentee ballot to the voting precinct, I believe, and they will, you can do it right there then, right?
You can put it in the tabulator yourself.
Yes, okay. Thank you. And so I wish everyone have a good week, and to all our mothers out there, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Commissioner McGarity.
With, I jotted some things down, but because it's just a Mount Clemens election, results will probably be that night. Probably, okay, that's good to know. I personally had looked into Amazon a while back because, the Sevens Committee has the annual backpack giveaway in Shadyside Park, and they had a large concern last year of the, goose poop on the, ground for the children to play basketball. So I told him that I would go on Amazon, and those geese that they use at Mount Clemens High School are there. They're not that expensive. So I said I would volunteer and put 2 out. I don't know if the fire department could hose that off, but I've already checked into a few companies to see if they can hose it down until we can resolve the challenge of it, because it was a big challenge with the geese there. But it works for Mount Clemens High School, so that's an option we have, but it's also an option we have as residents. I'm going to personally get 2 and put those, they're not geese, they're wolves. And you just sit them on the ground, and it totally keeps them away for whatever reason. But I wanted to ask again, I mentioned last year, a resident sent an email regarding the horseshoe pits. The Shadyside has 4 already, but 8 total are needed in order to have a sanction club. So it was something to look into. Maybe we can look into those 4 extra horseshoe pits by the other 4 that are there. So horseshoes can continue, but it'll be a sanction club, which would really be a plus for Mount Clemens. The senior prime that was offered by the Mount Clemens Recreation was a blast. I had a good time. It was for 50 years and older, and I never personally have been to a prime, but my date and I had a wonderful time. And Coach Carl, he's the director, Carl, he DJ'd, they had a director, they had the youth that was opening the doors for us. It was just so nice, and helping to serve the food. And so, talking with other people in the community, I met someone who, I won't say exactly where, but they lived close, never knew it. They were talking about boats, and I said, you got to talk to our mayor about that. That would be a good conversation.
No, the mayor's husband.
Oh, my goodness. But we had good conversation with one another in the community together. And I complimented those young men so much. They actually showed up at our church that's the next day. So it was all about the community coming together. And we just had a good time. So Mount Clemens is really, they're doing good. The National Day of Prayer that Commissioner Calhoun talked about was wonderful. It was larger than it was the year before. We just get together, pastors from all over the city come together, and we actually this time prayed for different things, including our government and our local government, schools, marriages, youth, and what have you. So it was very well received. And the fellowship afterwards was good, and they talked about things happening in Mount Clemens. The other thing I'll end with too is we were honored, the city of Mount Clemens was honored to have State Representative Denise Mincer to host a resource fair at Carnes Center, along with our Mayor Kropp and our city manager Greg Shipman, to keep us updated. They updated us with what's going on, what we were doing in the past, and where we are now, which is good. I've only been a commissioner a year and a half, and of course, it's still a lot to learn and a lot to do. But I can say being in this position in a year and a half, and I'll say it again, I used to be like, we need this done now. And I didn't understand everything about it until I was sitting and understanding that stuff costs, stuff takes time. So the questions that came tonight, I love it. But you won't get the end. Don't leave, because I used to think leaving that nobody cared because nobody answered them. They have to be discussed. They have to be, you got to get facts. We can't just come to you with what we think and what we feel. And so at the next commissioner meeting, you get your answers. So continue to come and support what your city commission. So don't go away thinking that you weren't heard. You weren't heard. That's why the writing and stuff was going down. And so you'll get your answer at the next meeting. That's what we're about as a city. Now, we can't always answer the questions right away. It might not be something that you agree upon. That's why we have emails, phones, or like Ms. Marilyn said, call and ask for a personal appointment. That's what we're here for. We are elected to serve you so we can work together as a city. So thank you all for coming out tonight. We are going to just continue to be a good city and work together. But I wanted you to leave with a clear understanding. You're not forgot about. It just takes a little time. Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner McGarity. I want to start with mentioning that there is an announcement for Precinct 1 voters. So if you are a voter that votes at Turner Chapel Church, there was a flood at Turner Chapel Church, and so Precinct 1 has to be relocated. And so we are going to relocate it here to Mount Clemens City Hall. So if you voted at Turner Chapel, then tomorrow you're going to vote at City Hall. And that is, of course, located at 1 Crocker Boulevard. Obviously, for those in the audience, you got here today, so you know where it's at. Please come to City Hall to vote on Tuesday, May 6, 2025, for the special election. Polls are open from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m., and please note that this is just a temporary relocation because of the building emergency. So we are going to have a good turnout tomorrow, and we hope that everyone from Precinct 1 gets the word out. We did also put it on our social media. We also sent a text to those who have signed up for our text notifications. We also sent it to our email. So if you got an email from us, it has information about that as well. And we're going to try to just pass the word. If you do show up at Turner Chapel tomorrow, there will be a sign like this that directs everybody to City Hall. As always, on election days, if you need a ride to the polls, you can call our dial-a-ride system. And Jeff, do you know the dial-a-ride number?
586-469-7433.
Yeah.
586-469-7433. And you can get a ride to the polls, to your precinct, and that ride is free. So just so you know, if you need transportation, dial-a-ride is available. I would like to just give mad props and a huge shout out to Commissioner McGarity, because she recognized an issue in the community that we have people who need resources, and she does that in her career, but she also knew that we needed to have a day where we could bring everybody together from all kinds of different agencies that were there to help our residents. And so, when you're elected as an official, you get inundated, like Commissioner McGarity said, there's a lot to learn, right? And you get inundated with problems of the city. And so sometimes it can almost seem paralyzing, right? It's like, I don't even know where to start. But Commissioner McGarity, right from the beginning, has really gone above and beyond to just say, these are the things that I can help with, and I know these are the things that I can try to help solve for people, and she put those into action. She didn't try to solve everything for everyone, but she knew what she could do to help, and I commend you, because that is something that is rare in this world, and I think we need more people like you, Commissioner McGarity.
Thank you.
So thank you, Teresa, and to State Representative Denise Spencer. She has gone above and beyond in Lansing for us. One of the best, I will say, one of the best state representatives we've had. She's brought back more money, and whenever we have an issue here at the city level that requires something at the state, we know we can call her and say, hey, can you help us with that? She might swear a little when we call, but we're used to it, and she's great. So we wanna thank her. She did a great job bringing all these state agencies. I mean, we even had Eagle there, which good luck getting a hold of them. So she was awesome. She's been really great getting what residents need to back to the city, which is great. I want to mention, we had to change our budget session from May 6th to May 8th because of the election. And so I'm going to cancel my Thursday coffee talk, my evening coffee talk that would have happened on Thursday of this week, so that I can attend the budget meeting, because I think that's pretty important that I'm there. So I want to apologize in advance that I won't be able to hold that coffee talk, but hope that you'll understand. And if you want to come and listen to the budget session, it'll be here at 6 o'clock on this Thursday. I will, however, have a coffee talk that on Tuesday, May 13th at 9:30 a.m., John's Family Grill. I will not be there for it, but I am going to have Mickey Weiss, who knows, I'm sure, just as much as I do about the city, if not a million times more in terms of history of the city, so she can answer any kind of question that you may have. So, and if not, she'll get you the answer. So we're excited to have Mickey stand in my place for the coffee talk on May 13th. I want to thank the rec department for their senior prom program. I didn't get to attend that one, as I'm not a senior yet. I'd just like to add that. But I want to thank the whole recreation department for their dedication to making sure that we're doing programming for every age of our community, and for making it possible for someone who may not have gotten to go to their prom. And that was really a neat program to see. So, and I think that it involved our youth, which was exciting. That the multi-generational approach is always a good thing for everyone. And so I think with that, I want to also mention, don't forget your moms on Sunday. We're lucky. We're lucky to have our moms for as long as we do, and so I want to thank all the moms out there that do thankless work every day. Speaking from experience. And I want to mention that I hope that all of them have a wonderful Mother's Day. So with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Madam Mayor, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, please.
What if a resident wants to be a part of that text that the city would send out for whatever? Who do they contact?
You can go to our website.
Okay.
And there is, I don't remember what tab it's under. Sorry.
Or something.
Yeah, there's a tab on our website, and it's a notification that you can sign up for. Forgive me. I think if we wait a second,
That's okay.
we can find it.
just saw it earlier.
We are doing a website upgrade in the next year to make things easier to find.
Yay,
Thought it was,
especially
I
that.
thought it was
under
on
the
the-
residence tab.
So,
I'm looking.
at the top,
Yeah,
there is a series of icons,
Mm-hmm.
and if you scroll over to the part where it says
on the homepage.
be informed or keep informed, and it's got like
Oh, on the
like
buttons?
a bullhorn, yeah,
Oh,
stay informed, if you click that,
okay.
you can sign up for the email and mobile notifications.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and if you
It
can't,
may be in other places also, but that'll get you there.
yeah, if you can't find it on the website,
Thank you.
Oh.
feel free, oh, go ahead.
mountclemens.gov/notify.
Oh.
All right.
That's not bad.
Wow, it's like we thought of it, yeah. Okay, mountclemens.gov/notify. It's on our webpage and it's an easy form, I do know that, to fill out. If you, for some reason, can't get to the website but want us to help you sign up, if you call the city manager's office, which is extension 315, calling City Hall, we will be happy to help you sign up for those notifications. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn?
Support.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Good night, everyone. Meeting adjourned.